There's a lot of men in America that's just not trying to get married anymore. Case in point, Brad. Brad is going through it. Let's go ahead and review it.
To say is our legal system is rigged, especially if you have a.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But let's continue.
I was a good husband. I'm a good father. I have 50-50 custody of my kids. I'm not even divorced yet. Speaking with my attorney today, she basically gets all of my She cheated. She put another dude before her family. She left. Mommy and daddy buys her a house. I'm losing my house for my kids and have to go rent a tiny house now, which is whatever. That's fine. That's great. But I have 50-50 custody.
Let me tell y'all something. In America, it don't matter how great a father you are. It don't matter how great of a husband you are. In America, with the family law courts, we talking about in the area of divorce, right? When they brought in the no-fault divorce, even though in some cases, shout out to the lead attorney. I've heard him talk about, well, if someone was, beating on abuse or whatever, doing certain things, they should be able to get out of it. But when it comes to, and every state's different, because I know in the state of Texas, I don't know what state he's in, but in the state of Texas, if you can prove infidelity, you can get up to 90% of the assets if you can actually prove that, according to Texas law. Because I remember when I went through it a long while ago, I got ran through the ringer too. Oh, I know how it is. And you realize right then and there, they do not care how great of a father you are. They don't care about anything. All they care about is, what they going to do to you and what they going to get out of you. And most of these states, the women get the children off the rip. It's not even really too much of a discussion unless that woman's a drug abuser or, on the streets, being on the blade or something to that effect. If it's not nothing like that, no, they're going to get the kids. They'll take half of your 401k if you got it or any kind of investments. They'll take half of everything, even though she the one did something. Like, okay, if you want to go be with somebody else, go do your thing and leave me the hell alone and go live with that man, right? But oh no, once you enter kids into the fray, it's like all that go out the window and everything is slanted to her.
She makes good money. Her dude makes good money.
All right. So the she makes good money argument, I don't know why even put the dude. Who cares about the dude? The system does not care if she makes $100 million a year. The system does not care. So if you ever bring up to them, well, she made good money, why are you charging me or with all kind of child support and this and that and the third? They don't care. A lot of the laws today is still slanted like we living in the 1950s where women are staying at home and just raising their children, don't have careers, don't have businesses, don't have nothing else. The laws need to be updated. But at the same time, Brad, men in your community made these laws the way they are. It sure wasn't black men. So you need to get at the men in your community. Let's call it what it is. A lot of men in your community are simps. They are. And a lot of these laws are very, very simpish in a lot of ways if you look at it, the way how men are treated at the end of a marriage. Now, you may say, well, get a prenuptial agreement. You could, but prenuptial agreements don't even affect child support.
They live together with and the house that mommy and daddy bought, but yet I have to pay child support. And
okay, he said she moved another dude in. It's cold. It's cold. It's a cold world out here. It's cold. And that's why a lot of dudes in America don't know when you get married. They say, man, I'm good. The system is way too slanted for women. Way too slanted. They can do the most. They can be dirty and foul and still get rewarded for it. Now, I will tell you this. The universe is still what it is, right? She is not going to end up with nothing good out of what she's doing. Sure, these laws will reward her, but I'm telling you what I know from personal experience, what I know. It never ends up good when they do foul things like that. But let's continue.
Basically give her all of my so she gets a reward for cheating and over her entire family. The legal system is rigged, especially if you have a.
Of course it is. It's extremely rigged against men. It's why a lot of men that say, I'm cool on marriage, because they'll see videos like this and then they're like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. She ain't taking everything I work for. Forget that. No. If I decide to do it, it's going to be an ironclad, very, very ironclad prenuptial agreement. I don't even know if I want to have kids either, because I know the child support has nothing to do with that. Now, in other countries, they don't have this system. And now, when I say other countries, I mean non-Europeanized, non-Western countries. And make sure I say that, because I don't want you to go over there. Well, I went to Sweden and you'll deal with the same things. Their system's still the same, no matter what Westernized country it is. That's why you say don't go to Western countries. Get out of them. If you're going to go to another Westernized country, you might as well just stay in the country that you're in. But even though she did all that, even though that's foul, one thing that this man need to pay attention to, you still got your life, whatever job or thing you got going on, you still got, listen, I lost everything in a divorce, everything. I lost my house. I lost my kids. Cause you go from your kids every day to no kids. I lost it all, bro. I went to a 1-bedroom apartment sleeping on the floor. You understand? I had a whole house. I bought a house. I bought fully furnished house, upgrading my house and everything. And I lost it all because of that mess, and not nothing of my doing. But I wasn't going to stay there in the midst of that mess that was going on. Right. So I can relate to this man. I know exactly what he's talking about. But even though I started all over again at the bottom with nothing, lost it all, sleeping on the floor. As long as you got your sanity, as long as you got your job or career, which I had, I rebuilt again, right? Even though I was dealing with all that court stuff, paying spousal support, doing all the stuff I was doing at that time. I lost my car. I got my car repoed at that time. But then I bounced back. You understand what I'm saying? I bounced back. I'm greater later than what I was even before then. I have more now. I have more everything now than what I had back then. So I'm actually appreciative of going through everything I went through because of that. I got a better woman. My wife I have now. I got a better woman, better life situation, better everything, really. If none of that wouldn't happen, I wouldn't even be at this point today. So, sometimes even though it's a messed up situation like that with this dude dealing with, man, look, you can be greater later, bro. You can be greater later and not even worry about anything. But yeah, it's why a lot of men not, trying to get married. This is why, because look at the way the courts, treat you. The courts don't treat you right in this country. And once again, men made these laws, and I'm going to make sure I have to say white men in particular made these laws. It wasn't even white women. It was white men, because that's called what it is. White men are simps behind these women. They big time simps. You have one faction of them want to get them in line, and then another faction is some simps. But even the ones who want to get them in line was a part of the simping too. Republicans, you want to try to get them in line now, but you was a big simp for a lot of them, all the way around. Talking about them. But anyway, yeah, man, y'all be careful out here. That's why a lot of men say they don't want to get married. That's why a lot of men say they going overseas. So you don't have to deal with this, because overseas, men are actually respected. In America, men aren't respected at all.